Music is not just about sound, it is also about the spaces between the notes. Silence or musical rest carries just much emotional weight as melody and harmony. In the same way, moments of stillness in life allow for reflection, renewal, and deeper understanding. This month's reflection explores music as an emotional archive while considering the importance of rest both in composition and in personal growth. In connection with the Lenten season, I will also reflect on themes of sacrifice, contemplation, and renewal in music and life. Each composition I have written is tied to a I have written is tied to a specific period of my life. The emotions are poured into the music remain even if I have moved on from those moments. Some pieces serve as reminders of joy, while others preserve pain. It explores how music acts as a time capsule, allowing to revisit emotions and memories with every listen. Composing is an emotional process. Sometimes it's cathartic, allowing me to release what I am feeling into sound. Other times, it is heavy. Music can carry unresolved emotions, lingering pain, and unanswered questions. However, just as sound is important, so is silence. Musical rest create balance, just as moments of stillness of life allow for just as moments of stillness in life for renewal. Looking back at my body of work, I see patterns in emotions I have expressed. Some themes repeat: longing, nostalgia, change, while others emerge unexpectedly. What does music reveal about me? How have my compositions evolved alongside my emotions? This section explores personal insights gained through my musical archive. There's a tension between holding onto emotional compositions and letting them go. Some pieces remain deeply personal, never meant to be shared. Others take on new meaning over time. How do I decide what to keep close and what to release? Explores the balance between cherishing the emotional weight of music and allow it to evolve. Coincidentally, the Lenten season is a time of introspection, simplicity, and spiritual renewal. Just as Lent encourage moments of fasting and reflection, music benefits from pauses, musical rest that give space for breath and transformation. And it explores how Lent themes relate to my musical and emotional journey. As I continue forward, I realize that music will always be an emotional archive, an evolving reflection of who I am. Some compositions will remain as they are, frozen in time, while others will change meaning as I grow. Music is never static, it shifts as I do. The weight of sound is both a burden and a gift, and so is the silence between the notes. Through this, I embrace the importance of both music and rest, both creation and reflection. There is a certain silence in farewell, not the kind that echoes with sorrow, but one that gently whispers, "You've given what you could, now let go." A musical rest, it is. This Lent, I find myself not just letting go of the past, but bidding farewell to the part of myself in music, a version shaped by longing, by searching, by holding on too tightly. Like unfinished melodies, some moments must be left unresolved, some notes left hanging in the air, not because they are incomplete, but because their purpose was already fulfilled. And perhaps, in the stillness of the season, I am learning that not all endings are final. Some are simply transitions, quiet bridges to something unknown, yet quietly waiting. Time will tell, they say, whether the silence becomes a new music or whether the farewell becomes the seed of another beginning. But for this now in a sacred pose, I rest in the space between the notes, and I trust that even in letting go, music still lingers, softly, gently, carried by the heart, remembered in the soul. I've always something profound in musical rest. They aren't just empty spaces. They carry weight, meaning, and intention. The rest isn't the end of the music. It's a moment to breathe, to anticipate, to reflect. Without rest, music would be relentless, chaotic, overwhelming. Lately, I've been thinking about how life needs rest too. And now, in this season of Lent, coincidentally, I feel like I am being called into one, a pause, not to stop everything, but to slow down, to listen, to make space for something deeper. When I play music, I often focus on notes, the melodies, the harmonies that blend together to create something beautiful. But I've learned that the silences in between are just important. A well-placed rest doesn't just separate phrases, it's give absence of meaning. It's where meaning has the space to emerge. And it's just like in music, after the rest, the melody continues. But maybe, just maybe, it sounds different. Maybe it carries more depth, more intention. Maybe after this pause, I will play the next notes of my life with purpose, more grace, more faith. So, I embrace this Lenten Lent. So, I embrace this Lenten rest, not as an interruption, but as a gift. Because I know that the silence is not the end. It is the space where something new begins.